The Thai Prime Minister tells the country to brace for more flooding. Tourists from certain countries may be granted a 45-day visa, and Thailand tries to extricate itself from second place of most dangerous country to drive in. All this and much more coming up in today's program.
Today's show is brought to you by Thaiger Property for all your real estate needs in Thailand. Link in the description below.
You're watching Thailand News Today, bringing you the latest top stories in Thailand and beyond. My name is Jet Gunther, and in our first story, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has warned Thailand to brace itself for another deluge of water this month. The PM ordered governors in provincial areas to prepare for potential flooding after weather forecasters predicted more heavy rainfall until the end of the month. Thailand witnessed a heavy taste of what is to come over the past 24 hours after a considerable amount of rain hit the nation. The NWC also revealed that all of the kingdom's reservoirs are about 57% full. It added that it is closely monitoring the water situation in the Chao Phraya and Moon River basins as the Royal Irrigation Department is stepping up the discharge of water from the Chao Phraya Dam to between 700 and 1100 cubic meters per second. Government spokesman Thanakon Wangbun Kongchana said this will cause the water level of the Chao Phraya River to increase by about 0.2 to 0.8 meters, which may result in flooding in low-lying areas not protected by flood dikes in Ayutthaya province. Governors in the northern, northeastern, and central provinces have been advised to watch out for flash floods, while southern provinces should be wary of rough sea conditions. Some tourists might soon be granted a visa on arrival or exemption, which allows them to stay in Thailand for a maximum of 45 days. Currently, passport holders of certain countries are granted 30-day visa exemptions on arrival, and others are granted visas on arrival with a maximum stay of 15 days. The Tourism Authority of Thailand will propose the idea to the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration at the next CCSA meeting on August the 19th. The proposed extension would extend both visa exemptions on arrival and visas on arrival to 45 days. The new policy would be effective from the date of approval until December the 31st this year. If the CCSA accepts the proposal, the TAT expects the average tourist to stay for an average of 5 extra days, spending 4,000 to 5,000 baht each per day, pumping a potential 20,000 extra into Thailand's economy for every trip made to Thailand. TAT examined data from visa applicants at Thai embassies around the world and found that most tourists wanted to stay in Thailand longer than 1 month. The data might help convince the CCSA to give tourists what they want. Yurasak explained that the TAT also wants to get rid of the tourist visa fee. At a meeting on July the 18th, Thailand's Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha said the idea needs more consideration and input from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Immigration Office. The Federation of Thai Industries said the car industry was anxious that China would deny Taiwan the raw materials Thailand needed to make semiconductors that the Thai transportation business is dependent on. Those fears remain in the short term, but in the long term, there is some good news for the Thai car industry. Yesterday, U.S. President Joe Biden signed into law a multi-billion-dollar bill boosting domestic semiconductor and other high-tech manufacturing sectors that the U.S. fears are being monopolized by China. The CHIPS and Science Act includes around $52 billion to promote the production of microchips and relatively hard-to-make components at the heart of almost every modern piece of machinery. Biden said that the cash injection from the CHIPS Act will help win the economic competition in the 21st century. Since the Democrats took office early last year, they have been keen to revamp the tech industry and become a world leader in cutting-edge innovation once again. Ironically, the semiconductor was invented in the U.S., but the country only produces about 10% of global supply, with 75% of U.S. supplies coming from East Asia. Not wearing a seatbelt in the backseat of the car in Thailand will soon be punishable by a 2,000 baht fine. The rule will come into effect 120 days after its publication in the Royal Gazette on September the 5th this year. Parents are required to ensure that their children wear a seatbelt for the duration of their journey to prevent injuries in the event of an accident. Drivers and passengers who are unable to wear a seatbelt for health reasons are exempt from complying with Section 123. However, that person must introduce other safety measures to prevent injuries in the event of an accident. Anyone who does not comply will be liable to a fine of no more than 2,000 baht. Thailand was recently ranked as the world's second most dangerous country to drive in after South Africa, according to driving education website Zootobi. Thailand's Transport Ministry reported that there were 32,190 recorded road accidents in 2020 and 2021, and most casualties involved pickup trucks. Forget the staycation and the workation. Stylecation is the hot new word invention by the Tourism Authority of Thailand. The TAT has recruited top actors and singers, Grit Amnoy Deshkon, better known as PP, and Putipong Asa Ratanakul or Bilkin, to promote a new campaign aimed at getting Thai people traveling around the country. Amazing Thailand's Stylecation with PP and Bilkin is the newest in a long line of promotional tourism campaigns that the TAT has launched in an endless cavalcade of attempts at reaching various potentially lucrative markets. TAT Governor Yuttasak Supasorn hopes that using Thai celebrities will encourage domestic travelers to participate in what he called meaningful travel all around the country. He spoke at a press event yesterday when he outlined that over 30 businesses in the sector have already joined the campaign that offers up to 60% discounts for tourists. Airlines, tour campaigns, and accommodations have all signed up to participate. Using hip younger celebrities is hoped to connect with a new market of younger travelers with a different style of holidays and traveling. The TAT hopes this campaign will connect with the next generation of travelers and encourage them to create their own vacation in their own style. A vlog is planned to follow up the launch of the new Stylecation campaign, reaching out to younger travelers in the popular format, releasing video blogs showing areas more in depth. The vlog intends to show activities and adventures beyond typical sightseeing in popular tourist provinces, as well as highlight hidden gems in provinces with less commercial tourism. You can have a look at what the TAT has in mind at stylecationthailand.com. And that's all for our report from Thailand News Today. We'll be back tomorrow. And meanwhile, you're now up to date on the Thaiger.
Join the conversation and have your voice heard. Discuss the issues, share information, and get information. Thaiger Talk is where you keep in touch with everything Thailand. Go to thethaiger.com/talk.